I'm Kasha Thompson, and welcome to Cabarrus This Week. From inside Concord City Hall, we're sharing the stories of Alan and Ella Mae Small. The couple dedicated their careers to education and continued their legacy of building our community by each serving on Concord City Council. In 2015, the City of Concord dedicated a bridge along Cabarrus Avenue West in memory of Mr. Small, who passed away in 2006. It's one of many prominent historical landmarks in Concord that honor the contributions of African Americans. Ms. Small joins us to reflect on her story, which is part of our local cultural evolution.
I was an educator for 42 years, and shortly after my husband went on the city council, ever since then I've been connected with the city. 49 and a half years we were married. About 2 years before my husband passed, and my husband said to me, if something happens to me while I am on the council, I would like you to apply for my position. And I told him, I said, you know, I can't do that. He said, you can do anything that you want to do. Unfortunately, he passed about a year and a half or so after that. So I decided to give it a try. By serving on the council, I think I've been able to sort of carry out some of those visions that Alan had for Concord. So I feel like I've been able to sort of keep his dream alive and do some of the things he probably would have done. He was an Omega. And the Omega Psi Phi fraternity has a poem called The Bridge. And he just dearly loved that poem. And when I saw that bridge going up, I said, you know, that might be something that I could get to remember in memory of Alan. So I talked to the city, and sure enough, they decided to follow through with it. He felt like it was a bridge. He was trying to carry people through the problems that they encountered. First, we have the Warren Coleman Boulevard in memory of Warren C. Coleman. Then we have the Martin Luther King Plaza down at the bottom of the hill. And then if you go up the hill, you have the Alan P. Small Memorial Bridge. And then you go up a little farther, we've got Barbara Scotia College. What does it mean to have representation of the Black family? Well, we need to be involved in all levels of government. We need to know what's going on so we can be engaged in those activities. We need to be included in all areas in our community.
Thank you, Ms. Small. Follow this and other stories throughout Black History Month on social media at Cabarrus County. We encourage you to also share your stories in the comments or on your own pages using the hashtag CabCo Black History Moment. We're several weeks into the COVID-19 vaccination process. Those who've received their first dose in the early weeks are now visiting the Cabarrus Arena for their second dose. One of those is Steve Morris, chair of the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners. He shares his story and hopes that you too will take your spot when the opportunity becomes available.
We just hope that more folks can get out here, that people feel comfortable and safe about the vaccine, which I certainly do. And the sooner that we can get folks involved in the program and get folks vaccinated, the sooner that we can go back to normal. One of the things that I've heard folks comment about is how pleasant everybody is.
How are you?
Good.
You have your paperwork?
We have volunteers. They're all very patient and friendly.
Take immunosuppressive drugs or therapy?
They're not trying to push you along. And so I think that makes people feel very comfortable. And most of the folks that are getting the vaccination are so happy to have the opportunity with a lot of the time that we have spent cooped up inside during this pandemic watching less than pleasant news all the time. This is a very refreshing change from that. My first shot, the only reaction I had to it was having my arm was a little bit sore the first night. You know, I don't anticipate that the second one's going to be a whole lot more. I've heard some people say that they felt a little fatigued the following day, so if that's the only thing I have to experience to be protected from COVID, hardly felt it at all, then that's a very small price to pay.
Remember, even after receiving your first and second dose of the vaccine, you should continue practicing your 3 W's. Wear a mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands. To learn when you are eligible to get the vaccine, visit the state's Find My Vaccine Group tool. From there, you can learn which vaccination group you qualify for and sign up for an alert that lets you know when your group can receive the vaccine. For more information, visit findmygroup.nc.gov. Each year, Cabarrus County Emergency Medical Services hosts the Hearts and Heroes Celebration, which reunites out-of-hospital cardiac arrest survivors with the medical professionals that help save them. While COVID-19 prevents an in-person program this year, you can still experience an amazing story about the medical team that helped save a Mount Pleasant man's life. Here's a sneak peek at this year's program.
The last heart attack, I was laying in bed, and if you think of the picture of a steering wheel in your car, coming down on your chest and pressing, and getting to the point where it's hard to breathe, okay? That's when I decided this must be a heart attack that's happening. So I immediately got out of bed. I went in the other room. I told Joanne, I think I'm having a heart attack. I went in the other room and sat in the chair and kept taking deep breaths because I'm trying to get oxygen down into my lungs so that I can get the blood moving better. Finally, she called my daughter and my son-in-law. They came, and he says, "You can't just be here. You got to get an ambulance, period." And so they called the ambulance for me. If I give you some advice here, don't go to the hospital by yourself. Get an ambulance. If you want to stay alive, get an ambulance, because they got people in the ambulance that can help you. That's my thought of the day, if you want to call it that.
The 2020 Hearts and Heroes virtual program will premiere online and on Cabco TV on Thursday, February 25th. If you missed that, no worries. We'll run it several more times and share it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cabarrus County. Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks to all of our guests, and thank you for joining us. Learn about the stories we shared today and other topics in our weekly newsletter. Register at cabarruscounty.us. Type newsletter in the search bar. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Cabarrus County for other news and updates. Love Cabarrus this week? Watch our other programs, including Pam's Kitchen, historical moments, and more at youtube.com/Cabarrus County. Remember, you can help slow the spread of COVID-19 by practicing your 3 W's. Wear a mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands. We'll see you next time. Take care.